I generally agree with the overall ratings for The Simpsons on IMDb, but when it comes to Trilogy of Error, I really don't. This is the 18th episode of the 12th season of The Simpsons, directed by Mike B. Anderson, and it's got 8.6 out of 10 on IMDb. For season 12, that's a phenomenal rating. And I have to say, the actual execution of the narrative is pretty good. They had a goal, and I think they accomplished it, and if you like this kind of thing, which I'll discuss in a moment, maybe it would be quite good. But for me, I just didn't enjoy it. I felt it was maybe a little bit repetitive and just a little bit too disconnected. Basically, we have the same day from three perspectives, from Homer's perspective, and Lisa's perspective, and Bart's. And they do obviously intertwine because they're in the same family. And the concept is really interesting. And if you like that kind of thing, then I think you will like it, because I think it's very well done. But for me personally, I just didn't love it. It's not my favorite method of storytelling. It's, it's not quite an anthology approach, but I don't like that kind of thing, or clip shows, or where you have kind of a disjointed narrative with different segments that are meant to join together. And for me, that just isn't interesting. Not that I hated the episode. The things that the characters get up to, I don't want to go into too much detail about, because I don't want to spoil it too much, but Homer ends up in hospital, Lisa is focusing on the science fair, and Bart is getting up to some pretty dangerous activities involving fireworks. So the events themselves are quite, interesting, I guess. A hospital visit always is quite an interesting thing for The Simpsons, because we get different characters and different other characters to interact with who we've never met before. Bart, yeah, I mean, that's high energy and pretty interesting, and maybe not the most predictable in terms of how his day progresses. Lisa and the science fair, well, I like science fairs and I like Lisa, so her side of it, I definitely didn't mind. Things go, well, they take a very interesting turn for her, and it gives us a voice. Guest star Frankie Muniz voices a character who is quite central to Lisa's story, which I don't want to go into too much detail about, as I said. But I didn't mind Lisa's. I didn't mind any of the three segments. But honestly, I didn't love it. I didn't really care about any of the narratives in any real depth. Lisa's school adventure, I think, was maybe the most exciting for me, because I'm a big Lisa fan. And then Homer's, and then Bart's. But because I feel like the stories are just not connected enough. Most narratives, most episodes of The Simpsons have one overarching narrative. This one just has three separate narratives that are joined together because they're characters who interact with each other. So yeah, I think if you like that kind of thing, I think it's done well, and I think it could be something you enjoy. But for me personally, I wouldn't skip it if I'm watching season 12, but I wouldn't ever purposely look out for it.